all the current Samsung phones that have been released in the past couple of months, the Galaxy S20 is the one. And when I say the one, I mean the one to buy, specifically amongst the latest Galaxy S20 series of devices. First reason to buy the Samsung Galaxy S20 of the three is the price. At $999, it's not the cheapest phone around, but at the same time, it's the cheapest of the newer Samsung devices. Take advantage of the trade-in and you will get a huge discount on this device. So most definitely when it comes to the regular Galaxy S20, this is definitely the one to get when it comes to just the price of entry. And the next reason is because this Galaxy S20 is just super comfy to hold in the hand. Due to the curved sides and being pretty narrow, it's easy to grip onto the Galaxy S20. And also its lightweight makes it easy to live with day to day. But not only that is it easy to hold in the hand, it's also giving you a very large display for the size of this phone. This almost feels like an S8 with just a bigger body. So if you like the S8 design, you'll definitely like the Galaxy S20 5G design. The next reason is while you don't have the biggest and baddest display, you do have a 120 Hz panel here. And there's not many phones besides like the Pixel 4, the smaller one, that are giving you more of a compact feel with still giving you the 120 Hz or 90 Hz. A lot of those 90 Hz displays like the OnePlus 7T Pro or the OnePlus 7 Pro or the Google Pixel 4 XL, these are big devices, whereas with the Samsung, it's pretty comfy and you're still getting a very smooth panel here. So yeah, you can still get by with the S20's 120 Hz. You don't have to go to an Ultra to get that feature, which is pretty nice about this phone. Now, when it comes to battery, I find that this has a super nice size battery at 4,000 milliamp. So you can easily get through the day with this phone. And not only that, you do have wireless power sharing as well for the Galaxy S20, and a fast charger included in the box does charge this thing very fast. And just like other phones, of course, you can wirelessly charge from the back. So the battery itself is a huge reason why the S20 is the one still, because it's enough of a size of a battery to get you easily great battery life. So you don't have to have a 5,000, you don't have to have a 6,000. A 4,000 is good for the day-to-day, gets you all the way through pretty easily. So the next reason is the cameras. These cameras have actually been more impressive to me than the one on the S20 Ultra because they don't have the same autofocus issues, but it does have something very important known as dual pixel autofocus on both front and rear. So demonstrating that, so when you put something in the frame, it quickly locks on to focus. That doesn't matter what it is, and the same holds true when in the video mode. Now, the S20 Ultra switched to a phase detection autofocus system, which we haven't seen on many Samsung phones in the past few years, and that really does make the focusing pretty terrible compared to the Galaxy S20. Hopefully Samsung can do an update, but I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it 100% because it's not just a software, it's a hardware-based thing as well. This also reigns supreme as well when I'm talking about a selfie video. So if I bring my hand here, it will lock into my fingers right there and it'll come back on the camera right there. You can see it'll just lock back onto focus. So actually this is a really great feature because a lot of phones cannot autofocus from the front or do any type of dual pixel focusing from the front. Now, when you want to take photos, you also have focusing on the front as well. That's a great thing. A lot of cameras on selfie cameras are fixed focus cameras. So this has a great selfie camera as well. And the overall photo quality is just about as good as what you see on the S20 Ultra, just not quite as sharp at 108 megapixels. But I think for most people, it's going to be fine. You can even zoom up to 30x on this camera. And of course, you get super steady and all that other stuff. So this is the next reason why the S20 5G is definitely the one. And don't let me forget that this can also do 8K video recording. So yes, you don't have to get the biggest and baddest S20 Ultra to get the 8K video recording. You can see you also get 4K at 60 on the rear, but guess what? You can also get that on the front camera. You can see right here, front video, you can change this to 4K up to 60. So tons of video resolutions and sizes to play around with here, making this camera a really good value in comparison to more pricey phones on the market. And next up is the Snapdragon 865 on board. Now I realize not everybody is getting the 865, and there's actually, I think, a petition going on right now to get Samsung to start putting Qualcomm in all of them. But the device right now here giving you 12 gigs of RAM, 865. You've seen in my iPhone 11 speed test comparison that this thing just absolutely flies. And I actually think in most applications it beat the iPhone. And for the first time ever, it's actually a smoother feeling phone than the iPhone due to that 120 hertz. So this is a lethal combination of power here between the 865 and the 120 hertz display. Just awesome overall performance. And for number 7, we're talking about the camera bump. Just an overall cleaner aesthetic than the one you see on the Galaxy S20 Ultra, giving this phone a better look, I think, than that device in terms of just, it just doesn't stick out the same way. So that's pretty nice. And at number 8 is just the overall lightness of this device. 163 grams makes this phone super easy to live with. And even if you put a case on this phone, it still remains pretty light just because its initial weight is very light. So I just love the weight of the S20 5G, and I think you will too. And at number 9 is because the phone is so narrow, it's super easy to reach this fingerprint sensor. So if I go like this, you can see pretty easy one hand to reach it. And I think, the bigger you go up, the harder this fingerprint sensor becomes to reach, and you got to kind of mess with the phone a little bit like on the Ultra to get it in the place where you can tap it. So I think unlocking your phone could be potentially faster just due to the size of this device. And the final one is not really a feature, but just the Galaxy S20 giving you the all-around package. That is my 10th reason that this is the one. It's giving you good cameras that have no issues really with focusing on the front and the rear, good battery, good size. This is the one to buy, I think, for most people. And so that's it for me. I find the S20 of the 3 to be the best value of the 3 because it's giving you the total package. It's more manageable, easier to use. It has good, battery life. And when I say easier to use, I mean in terms of the size. It's just kind of a really good all-around phone right here. You don't have any autofocusing issues with the cameras. You don't really have any issues at all, per se. This phone just really, it's just the one, I think. So if you're going to pick up one of the Galaxy S20s, you should strongly consider the S20. Now, if you want a little bit bigger, go with the S20 Plus. I think the Ultra's autofocus issues are a deal breaker right now. And I say right now because I do have confidence that Samsung will update it, and then I will update my review when the camera does get fixed. So which one are you going to pick? Or are you just skipping them out? Let us know down below in the comment section of this video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and stay safe out there. I will catch you all in the next episode, and peace.